Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Pleasure again to come here and talk with you. This is Friday afternoon. I think it's the 3rd. Fridays are generally my day off, so I got to come in here. We're having some tile work done out there, and so gave me an opportunity to sit here and finish up with you a stack of your questions. So it's always a pleasure for me to talk to you, and I've talked with some of you over the phone consults, and you guys are just a delight. It really saves me a lot of work to talk to you guys that are really getting it. I tell you, it just saves me a lot of work. So it's just a lot of fun and a joy to talk to you guys. Just great souls, all you guys are. So I'm just going to take off and go through these because I have a whole bunch to go through. There was a request by an individual not to add too much of the spiritual in with the health, and so, you know, that's always been the case, even though you can't separate the two, but I appreciate where you're coming from with that, and so I will. I'll try to keep those distinctly separate as best I can. I never like separating one from the other because they're not. At the same time, you know, a lot of people are going to view this video that probably is antagonistic to certain belief systems. I like to think I don't have any belief systems, that I am, and that's it, and I observe what is, and that's it. And I think belief systems have got the best of man, and that's why there's wars. And I can take some of you in here very strong in your belief systems, and you just have to realize if you're strong in your belief system, I'm okay with that. But I want you to be okay with what I'm saying. Focus on the health of this for yourselves. If that's the spiritual side is problematic for you, just focus on the health side. And that's okay with me. Opening the door of vitality is vital for everyone, and let the cards fall where they may then. So, and I still appreciate those that tune in here, all levels. Now, someone sent me their blood work. Who was this? Taurus 604. It didn't send me much of a blood work. You didn't give me a complete chemical analysis here. All you sent me was your immune panel and your analysis. All of that is good. Your white blood cells, red blood cells, everything is good. That way you get good platelets. I mean, this is a good blood workup. Remember, though, we're looking at blood. We're not looking at the lymph system. Here, though, when we get to the urinalysis, the appearance of your urine is clear. Well, that immediately tells you right now, honey, you're not moving your lymph system. pH is 6. Well, that's good in the sense that you are getting some acid urine out of there, so that is good. But you're not robustly filtering your lymph system like you should, and that's real important that you do that. You have different things. You know, you got a little glucose, ketones, things like that in the blood, but they're on the low side. But work on those kidneys, and work on those adrenal glands, and work on your lymph system there. If I sound a little bushed, it's because I am. I've been working pretty hard this morning in the gardens. I love my gardens. I've been talking to my plants all morning. I haven't had an opportunity to be with them for a week or so, so they were getting a little lonely. So I'm kind of, in the spur. Do you recommend water fasting if you are really thin? You know that this is the catch-22, and I'm going to try to make a note, because this is going to be a long question and answer video, I can tell you right now. So I want to address these and have the heading for you so you can. I do apologize that in the beginning we really didn't do that. Now maybe we'll go back and put a bigger heading on those. Going back is something that's been real difficult for me to do. The publisher wants me to go back and update some of the material in the book or change it. It's like, oh, going back for me is like yesterday's gone, I'm here now, and let's keep motivating down. So, but yes, I mean, you get into catch-22, and I want you guys to remember that because I've talked to some of you and you're concerned about thinness. Thinness is something to be concerned about, period, because it is an indication that we've talked about of malabsorption or pancreatic weaknesses. Now, that's a serious problem. And so, when you go to remedy this, you could get thinner. And I give the analogy of a young man who had lymphoma, and he was in an experimental chemotherapy group of 432 people. When I met him, he looked like a scarecrow. His wife ran a local health food store. And so I put him, on the raw, and, he lost a little more, and his oncologist kept yelling at him. Now, keep in mind, to an oncologist, this guy was dead. So, forgive a little noise you might hear here because we're having some tile work done, so I apologize. But to make a long story short, I told him to put weights in his shoes. All his oncologist worried about was the stats he was looking at. So sure enough, he puts weights in his shoes, and his oncologist quit yelling at him. To make a real long story short, he's alive and well today, and 431 people in that group are now dead. So I only can tell you that you've got to go in there and you've got to move that lymph and you've got to get your cells back online again. You've got to clean that body out lymphatically and regenerate it. And no matter what it takes, whatever you ride through, whatever that bronco takes you, you got to do it. Because the light at the end of the tunnel gets brighter and brighter the closer you get. Don't get freaked out. Relax. Know what you're doing. Know that you're moving that body, you're cleaning that body out, because the reason you're thin, you've got to fix that. Remember I told you as a fruitarian and a monofruitarian, I couldn't break 156. Yet I have some men at 130, 120. Real thin to begin with. So they're already hurting. We're just going in and fixing that cause of the thinness. So you cannot detoxify trying to put on weight. It just won't work because you got two choices. Putting on muscle, if you're malabsorbed, you can forget about putting on the right kind of muscle, and the only other way you can put on weight is fat. And you don't want to put on fat. That's not what we consider a healthy person. So try to grin and bear it. Just try and work through it. And if you get too much, you can slow up a little bit, add some things to your diet, some coconuts and stuff, and keep yourself up a little bit, and then hit it again. Depends how seriously you're involved here. We've got some serious cases here, and you just got to work through it, whatever it takes you to do it, And that's the problem, is that medical doctors are generally unconscious of what one goes through in a detoxification to get to Wellville. And that's kind of a sad thing, because we've got to learn the symptoms, or I'll say most of the healers need to learn the symptoms of detox and where you're going with it. And we have a sad lack of that. And you guys, of course, are going to be the healers of the future and the healers now. A lot of you, I'm getting great stories. Look at Centron. Centron, you're honking on, my friend. And don't worry, some people are going to listen and some are not. Okay, it's all good experience for you, no matter what. It really is. The negative experiences are good as the good experience, because they all are experiences. From one view, there is no positive and negative. From creation, of course, in this level, you've got good and bad, or positive and negative. But really, from the higher consciousness, it's all one, so there is not either one. One leads simply to the other. So my worst experiences have definitely educated me. I can't say I'd like to go through some of them again, but, it's just the way that is. Dano, I don't know that Drew. Oh, yeah, Drew's a good guy, man. Good, thanks for the comment. This is a nurse working at working at night. She's 20 years a nurse. Whoo-wee, man. I don't know, sweetheart. I did a lot of night shifts, and I did a lot of 24-hour shifts, a ton of 36-hour shifts, and some 40-hour shifts. I worked at 3 different hospitals, and I needed the money, you know, and I was supporting things, and so I ran myself down. I hate night work. Sorry, I just can't. When the light's on, I'm up. Let's go. And I was there for about 3-4 years, and I just got totally unwound. So I don't know what to tell you other than to eat you raw. Keep yourself raw. Keep yourself up, because I really don't know. I don't have any good answers for you. I know a lot of nurses, and so I got some night shift nurses coming here all the time, and you know, they're older, they've settled in with it, that's their rhythm, and they like it. Me, get off a night shift 20 years, you need to be off of it and get your life back, as far as I'm concerned. You know, no offense there. Let's see. Other than that, you know, 20 years a nurse, you should have a lot of seniority there. And, you know, have a life for yourself, you know, and you're learning this, and you're great. You're just really great, and I love you nurses that are opening up to this. Hopefully, the future, you know, if we open up these health retreats or resorts that we're working on, I'll need a lot of you nurses and stuff. Now, this one is, oh yeah, these came in this morning though, and I know I've got a lot of older ones to get to. It's talking about Venus Williams. Yeah, whoever wrote this, what is this, Najab or whatever. Yeah, right on. You're right on. Says lymphatic, sure is lymphatic. You're right on. You guys are getting good. I'm telling you, I'm humbled. You guys are really getting good. This is Christopher, one of them that wrote this as well. I think, oh no, this is another one down here. But yeah, you know, somebody get to her and turn her on to health. I mean, true health. She's suffering from exactly that. It's lymphatics. And doesn't matter if there's viral loads involved or whatever. It really doesn't matter. All her symptoms are lymphatic symptoms here. There's always a name for all this stuff, isn't there? Right here, she had vaginal dryness. That's low adrenal glands. That's a low estrogen, not in the ovaries, in the adrenal glands. Skin rashes, of course, that's the third kidney. Extreme fatigue, real low adrenals, tied to vaginal dryness. A tingling in the hands and feet could be lower back, breaking down her lower back there. That'd be the kidney weakness, and of course L4 and L5 is going to go on her, or on anyone that has kidney weakness, and that could create the tingling in the feet and the legs below. Liver function, well, you know what, tooth decay, heartburn, dry nose, swollen salivary glands, stiffness, swelling. Yeah, she's a mess. So she just got to detoxify. You guys hit it right on the head. Yep. Christopher, I'm going to address this spiritual question at another time, because I'd love to incorporate it both, and I'll do that. But some of the Christians are having a hard time here. Monica, yes, I've talked with you, and your mom passed away from pancreatic cancer. No one should pass away from pancreatic cancer. That's not a difficult cancer for someone to cure. It's just too bad, you know. This is a long thing here. So let me address this at another time, honey, because this just came in, and I apologize, but some people have been waiting, and I've just got a ton of these to get to. So let me go here and see. This question was, what should